So our second Hinkins hack lesson is going to follow on from our first with about grip and talk about alignment. Now hopefully these two subjects can merge together and give you some ideas of how to control your ball flight when you're playing golf or practicing on the driving range. Alignment, really nice. It's going to help us control where the club swings through the ball, so otherwise known as club path. The arc nature of that club. Is that arc swinging somewhat into square to in, or pretty straight as I would call it, zero? Is it swinging to the right, which I would be aiming now to the right, and is it turned to the left, where I would now be swinging that hula hoop to the left? So what we're going to look at is, let's have a look at what if we orientate this hula hoop and our swings to the right and to the left and see what happens. Let's hit some shots. Neutral stance, using a T section in between me. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn that body to the left, including the club face. I'm going to see where these balls like to go. So now you can see my body is orientated very left, my club face has joined that party as well. Let's hit some shots. Once again, now we're going to turn that circle, that hula hoop to the right. Be careful of the wall. Drop the right foot back a bit. Position. Okay, so let's have a look at the data. We've got three different outcomes here from three different styles. So first style was neutral alignment, aiming pretty train tracky down the middle as best I can. And we can see that club path was 2.8 into out, 3.1 into out, 1.6 into out. So very close to zero, very functional, perfectly happy with that. We then turned to the left-hand side, and we could see that all of a sudden path moves quite substantially, 10 out to in, so swinging to the left, 9.6 to the left and 9.1 to the left, so out to in. We then moved that circle to the right. Like I said, the last one certainly was a wall ball, but you can see that we then moved the path 12.9 into out, 14.1 into out, 15.6 into out. So you can see three different alignments here, had three different orientations of where was that club traveling as it hit that ball. Was it traveling right, center, or to the left? And now what we're going to do is mix that up with some club face and see the effect of that with the wrong club face. So part two of your alignment is going to be variables. So basically what I would see on a lesson team more common than not is an okay club face pointing somewhat towards their target line, and feet or body positions that are maybe pointing in opposite or different directions to that club face. The simple question is, what if that happens? What's the outcome? What are we going to see? We've just seen that by moving the body to the left and to the right, that influences the path of this club head as it travels through that golf ball, copies where we're going, so you can start looking at ball flights and think, okay, do I need to slightly turn to the left or to the right to hit a more functional straight shot if your shots are going straight left or straight right? Now what we're going to do though is we're going to leave the club face pointing at the target and orientate our bodies to the left and to the right and see what the outcomes are. We'll start off with some neutrals. See if we can get a couple well hit. First of all, let's turn that body to the right, but let's keep that face pointing to that target. Let's see what happens. You can see there's a bit of curve now on that golf shot. Now we'll do the opposite. We're going to aim to the left-hand side, keep the club face to the right. Got the 3 aiming right with the club face pointing left at the top, then we've got the 3 aiming left with the club face pointing to the right in the middle, and then we've got the neutral ones down the bottom. Now before we look at the actual club path data and the face data, what we're going to look at is we're actually going to look at the outcomes of the shot. You can see that the first 3, they're slightly kind of banana to the left hand side, hooks, draws, etc., over draws to be fair. Not bad, 192, 187, 177. So pretty good for distance. Then you can see these cuts to the right, so the slicers, the overfades, the big fades on there, the bananas right. What a loss of distance, right? 156, 157, and 143. Now I hit those pretty okay to be fair, so it just shows you something's changing quite dramatically. And then my standard ones down the bottom, about my yardage, 182, 186, 179. Let's have a look at the club data. So first ones we can see, we were aiming to the right, so we had a club that was swinging very much into out, 12, 13 and 17. The face was at the target, so it was 9 close to that path, 11 close to that path and 8 close to that path. Now that's what could produce us that kind of bend to the left hand side, the kind of differences between the path and the face. The second one, aiming left, big slice, move to the left with the path, 10, 8 and 11 out to in, club face 9, 9 and 9 open. So big opportunity for that ball, as we could see, to bend out to that right hand side. And my final ones there with my neutral alignment, you can start to see why they hit target way more often. 0, 0 and 2.8 into out with club faces to kind of match those. So the difference between these and the control of that means that my spin is going to be much straighter. My axis of my golf ball spinning is going to be straighter than those big bananas. So if we simplify this, let's think about what we might do if we're bending the ball too far to the right. Well, if we're bending the ball too far to the right, let's check alignment, let's check our grips, and let's maybe change alignment and change grip from that first video. So strengthen the grip, aim a bit to the right, see if you can bend the ball to the left a bit. If you're the opposite and you're aiming to the right and you've got a super strong grip and you're playing hook golf, so going to the left, why not try and aim a little bit more to the left, weaken the grip a little bit, and hopefully by the end of that, what will happen is you'll all start to get neutral down the bottom. And that's what we're looking for. Like I said to you in the first grip lesson, we're on a spectrum. Let's find everyone's spectrum and where you are on it. So yeah, enjoy these tips. Try them out on the driving range. Variable practice over block. Got a lot of time for block practice, but let's have some fun out there and experiment, but knowing what we're doing. Stay safe, people.